Hello and welcome to yet another video here today on my channel. Make sure you're not missing out any of my Black Ops 5 videos on my channel, which will be released in about 2 to 3 years. Now today we will be talking about the ultimate wedge, and this wedge is provided to you by, of course, the homie Ali A. Now Ali A, he is a true boss, as you all know, and thanks to him I can do this wedge. Now this wedge, there are many forces acting on it, as I've learned in linear algebra. Many forces on this, and say when you put this to hold something in place, such as this eraser. This eraser is very strong, very big, much bigger than this wedge. Now this thing will roll without the wedge, so this wedge is to hold it in place. And thanks to this wedge, this is able to stay in place, this eraser. But at the same time, you must need to know what force to apply in this direction right here. Right here, this direction. Going this way. So, in order to do that, you must know what forces are acting on the wedge. You must take these two separately and analyze all the forces acting on each object. Now, this wedge is going this way, and the object is on top of it like this. So there is a friction force going this way on the bottom of the wedge, because it is going this way, so it's opposite, as you all know. And there is a normal force going this way. Normal does not stand for allié. Does not stand for allié, as mentioned before. Now, so there's a friction force and a normal force, perpendicular to the friction force. Now, there are also more forces, so there's 1 and 2 right here. There's also the force that you yourself are applying going this way. There's 3 forces right there. And as you all know, the wedge is going sticking under this way. So it is going in this direction, so there is a friction force going this way. So the friction force going this way, a normal. A friction force going this way, and a normal to that one this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 forces just on this small piece of wood called the Ali A wedge. Brought to you by Ali A, produced by Ali A. Now, when you analyze this by itself, since the friction force of the wedge is this way, next to it, going this way, the friction force of this is opposite to that, which is this way. And the normal force is going down in this one, so the normal force must be going up on this eraser, which is very big, brought to you by Ali A. Now, say there is a rough surface, not a smooth, very rough right here, which is hitting the eraser and making, when the wedge goes in more, the eraser goes up, which means that since the waves are going up this way motion, the vertical friction force will be going down on this side of the eraser, down. And of course there's a normal force, and of course, as you all know, N does not stand for allié. Now, so this force, this eraser has 1, 2 forces, 3 and 4, and it also has its own weight, and will give this a weight of about 5,000 pounds. So there are 5 forces in total on this eraser. Friction, normal, friction, another normal, and then the 5,000 pounds of the eraser, which is its own weight. Now, in order to solve and figure out the magnitude of each of these values, the forces, and the directions, which directions are pretty much always known, but in order to find all the numbers and to have no more unknowns, you must analyze each part of the question by itself. This is one part, the wedge, brought to you by Ali A, and this 5,000 pound eraser is another part. You must analyze each separately, and at the end you will get all the forces with an answer, and it will all be very nice, inshallah. Thanks so much. Assalamu alaikum. And I hope to do more videos to show you that wedges are in fact brought to us by Ali, the legend of legends. Thank you so much.